back for some of my white friends, I would say, well, wait a minute. Seems to me everywhere you go, they're ruling. Isn't that a divine indication? I mean, everywhere on this planet that you visit, white people are in control. What does that say? I mean, doesn't it look like you all are supposed to be the water bearers? Come on, help me with this. If in every instance you visited, the white Muslims on top and the black Muslims on bottom, seems to me like this
Christians on top and the
I mean,
black Christians on the bottom.
I mean, white Americans have gotten the mathematical systems down. They have built the pyramids. I mean, they have constructed all kinds of electronic devices. I mean, it looks like it's a white man's world. How can you counter this? What would cause you not to believe that this is in fact the way the gods intended it to be?
Well, I do believe that it is the way that God intended for it to be. I don't believe that anything could happen without God's either active or permissive will. I believe that white people were to rule for a particular time on our planet. As it is written in the scripture, that there would be a particular one who would rule and dominate the earth for 6 days. And then 2 Peter 3:8 says, "Dearly beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, for one day with the Lord equals 1,000 years, and 1,000 years equals one day." So 6,000 years the white man was given to rule and dominate the darker people of our planet. Another scripture says, "Let no man deceive you, for that day shall not come unless there be a separation or a falling away first, and the man of sin will be revealed," which means that his identity would have been hidden for a period of time. "The son of hell or perdition, that one who sitteth in the temple of God, the earth, showing himself that he is the God, but deceiving all of the nations." The scripture says that he would even deceive the very elect of God. And like a dragon, he would take his tail and sweep up 1/3 of even the stars of heaven. But my brother L.R., we believe that once you have gone to the bottomless pit of hell, then you can greater appreciate the higher heights of heaven. The scripture says God would choose the most despised and rejected people, and he would make them his people. He would take the last, and you know ain't nobody behind us. He would take the last and make them first. And he would take the first, the people that you just mentioned who did not build the pyramids, but he would take the first and make them last. And he would take every valley and exalt the valley, and he would bring the mountains down. Exodus 21:16 says, "He that stealeth a man and selleth that man, and if he be caught with that man in his hands, he shall surely be put to death." Another scripture says, "He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity." Another scripture says, "As thou hast done, so shall it be done unto you." Another scripture says, "As you have delighted in taking our blood, you will be given your own blood to drink like water." And Jesus said they would be judged for the blood of the prophets, for they had been the murderers, white people, of all of the prophets and saints. They would be judged from Abel all the way to Zechariah. And another scripture said they would be judged all the way up to the 2nd and the 3rd generation and beyond. So the white man is in power by God's permissive will, but not by his active will, but it was only for a particular reason and only for a particular season. And now the 6 days are up, and we are in the Sabbath day of the Lord, the 7th day, and now we must witness the advent or the coming of God himself to remove white people from power. That is why there's a European common market now being formed, where whites realize that their world is coming down and they're beginning to come together, try to form a United States of Europe and a common currency. That is why Russia and America are trying to come together, because God's hand of judgment is stretched out over the world of the white man, and he is now going to raise his lowly people up, and we will become the stone that the builders rejected, the builders of civilization. As Jesus, we will become the headstone of the corner and the establishment of a new world order unto God here on this earth.
So basically you're saying that the prophecy